Welcome to the PhoneArena.com review of the LG Rumor. The Rumor is a mid-level phone and is available exclusively through Sprint. Notable features include a 1.3 megapixel camera, Bluetooth 2.0, and a microSD expansion slot that can handle up to 4 gigabytes. However, the main draw to the Rumor will be its slide-out QWERTY keypad. This marks the first time that Sprint users will be able to get a QWERTY keypad without buying a smartphone. Overall, the Rumor has a very good in-hand feel. The main display is 2 inches. It features 176 by 220 pixels and is fairly easy to read. However, the default color scheme is pretty dark, which makes it harder to read in direct sunlight. The user can choose from 4 different color schemes, so this makes it a little bit easier. On the left of the phone, you'll find a volume rocker and a dedicated camera button. At the bottom is LG's proprietary charging port, and on the right side of the phone, the user will find the microSD slot as well as a 2.5mm headphone jack. The back features the 1.3 megapixel camera and the phone's lone speaker, as well as the battery. The keys on the Rumor are slightly raised above the surface, which makes them very easy to use. There are 2 sets of soft keys, one below the display when it's closed, and the other set below the display when it's open. As you can see, the directional pad and actually all the other keys are usable while the phone is open. When the phone is slid open, the user is taken directly to the messaging menu. Here they have plenty of options, such as sending a message, which includes text, email, picture mail, or voice SMS. They also have AOL Instant Messaging built in, as well as a direct link to Facebook. The Rumor is obviously targeted towards the teenage crowd, and we feel that it hits that mark. Given the lack of eVDO, it's no big surprise to find out that the web browsing experience on the Rumor is only so-so. The main Sprint deck is easy enough to navigate and offers quick links to news, weather, sports, downloads, and other content. This is all optimized for WAP, so the experience isn't too bad. One thing that we do like is that when you open the phone to use the full keypad, the screen automatically reorientates itself, and then does the same when you close it again. Trying to browse HTML sites, it's fairly impossible. The sites eventually do load, but the phone does not render them well, and they're very tough to navigate. Given that this is just an entry to mid-level phone, it's not a surprise to see very few features. They're the standard set of tools. The user can set up to 3 alarms as well as a quick alarm, and there's also features such as a calculator, scheduler, voice memo, notepad, and a world clock. We'll also find the ominously sounding D-Day counter, which is nothing more than a countdown utility, as well as a unit converter. This is similar to ones we've seen on Motorola phones recently, and the user can convert between common features. The Rumor does feature a 1.3 megapixel camera. However, overall we found the pictures to be pretty poor. We preferred using this in landscape mode. In 1.3 megapixel setting, the phone cannot zoom at all. In good lighting conditions, the pictures were okay, but overall we found them to be pretty poor, especially in low lighting. Options are decent. There's a self-timer as well as color tone, brightness, and white balance control, and the user can choose between a couple different settings and qualities. The image enhancer didn't seem to make any difference to us in our tests. The camcorder was equally poor performing. The user can choose between 30-second video mail or long video, which is dictated only by the memory available. Here we find basically the same controls. The resolution is in a QCIF or sub-QCIF, both of them very low quality, not even good enough for YouTube use. Again, it's very obvious that the rumor is targeted towards a younger crowd, a crowd that won't notice the differences between these and higher quality videos for the most part. The rumor does not have EVDO, and therefore does not have advanced multimedia support, such as Sprint TV, radio, and the Sprint Music Store. Instead, LG uses its own media player. Codec support is actually fairly good on the rumor, and among others, the rumor can handle MP3 and AAC files. The user can drop full folders into the memory card, and the rumor will recognize them. However, there is no sorting, and all they do is put every track alphabetically. The media player itself is decent, nothing too special. As you can see, it does read the artist and album. However, it doesn't read the track title. The only thing we have is the file name at the top, which in this case happens to be the title of the song. Options are relatively sparse, and the only thing you can really do is set the player to repeat or randomize songs. All in all, it's a decent media player, but nothing that's going to replace a standalone MP3 player. All in all, we think the rumor did a good job of accomplishing what it set out to do, namely, to be a cheap messaging device aimed toward the younger crowd. The slide-out QWERTY keypad is nice and easy to use, and with direct access to Facebook and a built-in IM client, teenagers will find features that they will utilize. However, to more advanced users, the poor camera and slow web experience will have them frustrated. We have no problem recommending this phone, as long as you're doing it to the proper crowd.